everyone, welcome to B Nuggets. I'm B. This is Bob, here to share some serious preparedness information in as seriousness way as possible. If you're new here, check out my 411 video about me and the channel. I'll put a link for y'all in the description, as well as the several other videos I posted in this running series I call First. This video continues the theme of First. In this video, I'm talking about the Rule of 3. Roll it! The Rule of 3 is probably the Grand Mac Daddy Big Kahuna preparedness survival lessons of all time, and you need to know it like the back of your hand or the back of Bob's hand. Bob ain't got no hand. Bob, you need to get a hand if you intend to learn the Rule of 3 if you plan to survive. These rules are general and not concrete.
Some of them can be bent. Others can be broken. Understand?
I'm going to cover what are the most common survival rule of 3s, but I'm also going to add in a few uncommon yet very relevant rules as well, because I love y'all so much. I'm going to present them in their traditional sense, which is progression of time. Now, with all these rules, we're going to add to the end of the rule, kind of like you do with a fortune cookie in bed, but we're going to add, because you could die, fool! Because you could die, fool! So take these rules seriously. All right, first up, 3 seconds to change your mind, or you could die, fool! Of all the rules, this one right here, this one right here is the most important rule of them all.
One ring to rule them all.
Because if you don't get this one right, none of the others will matter. You'll need to get your head right when you need to get it done. You tell your mind who's boss. It's either going to be that you maybe suffer, or you tell yourself, I got this, and you get it done. Next, 3 minutes to stop severe bleeding. Or you could die, fool! With this rule, we're probably talking some form of arterial laceration. Now, I'm no doctor, but your first priority, as it's been shared with me from a Marine certified combat lifesaver, is to apply a tourniquet north of the wound immediately to slow and hopefully stop the bleeding. Having an actual dedicated tourniquet is best, but if you don't have a dedicated tourniquet, improvise, adapt and overcome, hoorah! Use a belt, torn clothes, something to tie down the artery to stop the bleeding is the main priority. Because remember, you and they, the bleeder, had 3 minutes, give or take, to act, and the bleeder was probably already bleeding before you ever even showed up, if in fact it's someone else. If it's you bleeding, act fast too. After the tourniquet is on, a coagulant like Quick Clot can be applied. I've read cayenne pepper powder can be used as a coagulant. That's good to know if you're in the kitchen. Then you're going to stuff the wound with gauze or cloth and wrap it tightly and keep the pressure on it. Finally, get the injured help or call 911 for help to come to you. Moving on. Thirdly, 3 minutes without air. Or you could die, fool! Suffocation, a lack of air. Don't play with bags, children. For me, pretty frequently, I'm choking someone or I'm usually getting choked. In fact, my jiu-jitsu coach saved me just a few days ago. My partner didn't realize he put me out with a choke. My coach saw me go out and intervene till I came to. Now, these last two, the previous was bleeding, and this one with lack of O2, they're obviously medically linked. You need to know CPR to deal with this particular scenario, lack of O2 to resuscitate someone if this were the case. If you currently don't have the training, seek it out. The Red Cross offers basic medical in many areas. Up next, 3 hours without shelter. Or you could die, fool! Temperatures and weather conditions can change rapidly within 3 hours and trigger hyper or hypothermia. Hyperthermia happens when your body is overheated and will shut down. The opposite is hypothermia, where your body is chilled so much it'll shut down. Knowing that air, climate, and body temperatures can change rapidly, the best thing to do is prepare ahead of time when going out of doors. Proper sustenance, water, food, have supplies, have fire-making tools, adequate clothing, have some shelter, or know how to make them or find them. All right, next, 3 days without water. Or you could die, fool! The body's most important and needed resource, water. The natural signs that your body's water tank is getting low, in no particular order. You feel dry, parched, dry mouth, dry skin, dry eyes. With less water, you'll have less oxygen in your cells. causing the body to seek O2 elsewhere, such as your bloodstream, which will in turn make your blood thicker. As a result, you're going to become tired, you'll likely become grumpy, and you're going to be processing information slower. You could experience headaches, be dizzy. Another sign that you're dehydrated.
Who'd you say?
Dehydrated could be that your pee is dark yellow or brownish. Cody Lundeen taught me and said you should be peeing clearly and copiously. Clear pee, not yellow, and peeing often. There's a quick pinch test that you can perform on your skin to see if you're hydrated. Pinch the back of your skin of your hand. If it snaps back quickly, you've got good hydration. If it doesn't snap back quickly, you likely need to hydrate. Next, 3 weeks without food, or you could die, fool! Shoot, miss a meal and you'll start feeling the effects immediately. Hunger pains, getting tired, becoming grumpy. There's currently an interesting trend in eating and dying, encouraging stints of fasting for overall health. I'm not saying do it, but maybe investigate it and see if it's right for you. I've read and seen through story demonstrations that after a week plus without food, your body apparently will start to kind of forget about food, and the hunger pains become less. I don't know personally about that, not eating for that long with absolutely no food, but I did, however, experience a week with hardly any food as a part of one of Cody Lundeen's outdoor survival classes. We all probably lost easy 15 plus pounds that week. That was no fun, but taught several lessons. One, the importance of and need for knowing how to get sustenance. The constantness of being hungry and losing energy and becoming lethargic, and how important working as a group was, and even how, in a given situation, how irrelevant a group can be. Now, in the award-winning book, Hatchet, by Gary Paulson, Brian, the protagonist, talks about his constant angst of hunger, living in the wild without regular food convenience. Lastly, the rule of threes. There's 3 months without companionship, or you could die, fool! Well done! Now, this might be the saddest way to go, and we've probably all heard of stories of a spouse passing and the widow still alive passing shortly after because they missed their partner. Humans are hardwired to be social. In today's age, we're social, but probably predominantly less physically social because of technology and texting and social media. And apparently young people are finding it harder to interact socially, physically, and feeling awkward around others. Recent studies have shown the importance of social connectedness, how it helps in overall health and living longer. Without it, well, you could die, fool! So get out there and be social by learning some skills and making some friends. Those are the rules of 3. 3 seconds to change your mind, 3 minutes to stop severe bleeding, 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and 3 months without companionship. If you ever or never learn or look at another thing about preparedness or survival, these 7-ish rules of 3 could be the difference between you surviving or you could die, fool! Post in the comments below if you come across other valuable rules of 3 that could help us all. Alright, thanks for hanging with me. If you dug this video, punch the like button and share this video with your friends. If you want to keep up with more videos in the future, hit the subscribe button. That is always really appreciated. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series I call First, check out the links in the description. Until next time, everyone, remember, your mind is your best piece of gear.